morning. 10 minutes to 12 here on the East Coast. I'm Billy DiNapoli. Welcome to the North American Sports Report. NFL Sunday, NFL playoffs. We got them started yesterday. Yesterday we had the Los Angeles Rams, who screwed me, barely beating the Carolina Panthers 34-31. We also last night had a thriller with the Chicago Bears coming from behind to defeat the Green Bay Packers 31-27 in one of the oldest rivalries in football. I, as you would say, shit the bed yesterday, going 0-3 in my picks because of the Rams. I had the Rams straight. Obviously, that was a loser. I had the Rams in two teasers with the Bears and the Packers, and that would have been great if they could have just won by 5 points instead of 3. And honestly, I was surprised that this game was close. The Rams came out after an early Carolina questionably going for it on 4th down on their side of the field on the 40 early in the game. I mean, I think they were at like the 38-yard line if memory serves correct. And the Rams quickly punch in a touchdown on a pass from Stafford to Nacua, and it's 7-0. And then before you knew it, it was 14-0, and you're thinking, this game is going to be a blowout. But then, the Ram defense is just unimpressive. Unimpressive is the best way I could say it, as they made Bryce Young look like a big-time quarterback, and you know how I feel about 5'9" quarterbacks. They're not my favorite, and neither is he, Bryce Young. I have to say, I was shocked at how the Rams let him back into the game. I mean, listen, he didn't have great numbers. He was 21 of 40, barely over 50%, but he did throw for 264 and a touchdown. They didn't run the ball well, did the Panthers, but the Rams shot themselves in the foot. They got a little cute, at 17-7, they go for it on 4th down instead of tacking on 3 more points. And once the Panthers stopped that play, they seized momentum, and the game was way more interesting than it should have been. I mean, they had the Rams were stopped on a 4th down. Then Stafford threw a pick. Because if you look at the tail of the tape, Stafford was 24 of 42, 304, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. The Rams ran the ball for 115 yards. You would think that it was a lopsided game when you look at the numbers. The Rams over 400 yards of, nearly 420 yards of total offense, 419 for the Rams to... the Panthers only ran the ball for 84 yards. So 344 yards for the Panthers total offense, 419 yards for the Rams. So, I guess there wasn't that huge a disparity. And it did seem like whenever Bryce Young needed to make a pass or a play, he was able to make one. Coker and McMillan, they were great for Carolina. And, Jalen Coker, he's not exactly Devontae Adams. Jalen Coker and I can't even say the kid's name. Tyroa McMillan? Who the hell is Tyroa McMillan? I'm sorry. I was just unimpressed with the Rams defense. So, Coker 9 for 134 and a touchdown. McMillan 5 for 81, and it seemed like any time that Young needed to complete a 3rd down play to keep a drive going, he would find Coker or McMillan, because Hubbard did have 2 rushing touchdowns, but he only averaged 3.5 yards a clip. He only had 45 yards rushing on 13 carries. He had 2 rushing touchdowns. Young did add a touchdown with his leg, 3 for 24. And a touchdown. Rico Dowdle had 6 carries for 9 yards. It did nothing. I mean, as a team, they only rushed for 82 yards as a team, so they didn't run the ball well. I'm sorry, they had 346 total, not 344. Young, 264 through the air. But he made a lot of third down plays to Coker and McMillan that kept drives going. And the Rams, sometimes they just got a little cute with the play calling. Should take a certain 3 instead of risking it on that fourth down play. They also, again, they turned the ball over. They really should have blown this team out, but they didn't play their cleanest game, but still more than enough to beat the Panthers, I guess. They won by a field goal, and that's what cost me 3 plays yesterday. Thank you, LA Rams. If you saw the beginning of this game, you would have thought it was going to be a 34-10 blowout, but I said the Rams, their defense is average, and like I said, they didn't finish some drives with a pick, with a failed fourth down conversion. But, you look at the numbers. Stafford, 24, 42, 304, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Kyren Williams, 13 carries, 58 yards. He was averaging 4.5 yards a carry. Corum was 11 for 45. He's averaging over 4 yards a carry. Nakua, 10 catches for 111 yards and a touchdown. Devontae Adams, 5 for 72. Higbee, 2 for 45. Parkinson, 2 for 34. Williams, 2 for 18. Corum, 2 for 13. Mumfield, 1 for 11. He did spread the ball out. The Rams had 7 different receivers catch passes. Rams are studying on the special teams too, because the kicker they got from the USFL, Harrison Mevis, he's had a great year for them. He was 2 for 2, including a 48-yarder. But again, not finishing drives, kind of kept the Panthers in it. And the Rams defense, listen, they look so great up front. And listen, the Panthers only ran the ball for 82 yards. Not getting a lot of pressure on Young. He pretty much, and Young does move around in the pocket. He was sacked twice, and he is mobile. He does buy himself time with his legs. But I thought the Rams defense would put forth a better effort. And in the last game when they played Carolina and were defeated earlier in the season, that was Stafford throwing, I believe it was 3 picks. They just turned the ball over like 4 times. They blew the game. That's how they lost the first game. I really thought the Rams would play a cleaner game where their defense would really slam the door on the Panthers, and they didn't. The Panthers, when they had to, were able to move the ball, especially through the air. And, I'm not a Bryce Young fan, so the fact that he was able to make as many plays as he did surprised me. Anyway, that's enough on that game. 34-31, the Rams ruined my day by keeping that game close. Too many of these coaches are going for it on fourth down. We're going to get to that now with the Bears game. Too many coaches are going for it on fourth down. Take the points. Take the points. And if you're a little bit out of field goal range, sometimes if you have some faith in your defense and they're playing well, it's nice to pin the opponent instead of always going for it. Even like I saw the Bears go for it on so many fourth downs. Okay? And yes, on one of the occasions they were at the Green Bay 41-yard line, so maybe just outside of field goal range, but then you give Jordan Love a short field. And I did see them convert on fourth down as well, but I think the Bears were 1 of 4 on fourth down in that game. Let's get to the Chicago Bears, 31-27, come from behind victory over the Pack. Now I'm going to say this. The Packers, nobody should be killing Jordan Love. Nobody should be killing Jordan Love because Jordan Love played a good game. He played a solid game. What they should be killing is Brandon McManus. Brandon McManus is the GOAT for the Green Bay Packers today. The guy missed 2 field goals and an extra point. The last field goal he missed was 43 yards. Would have made it 30-24. And then on your way back, the Packers were already in field goal range. They would have only needed a field goal to win the game. But But if you take his 2 misses and his 2 missed field goals and his missed extra point, the guy missed 3 kicks, cost you 7 points. Cost you 7 points. I mean, that used to go to the game. That means the touchdown at the end wouldn't have beaten you if this guy just made his kicks. If he made his kicks, it would have been 34. If he made his kicks, the Packers would have been up. Instead of the Packers being up 27-24 late, they would have been up 34-24 late, and they would have had the game in hand. If Brandon McManus just makes his kicks, it's 34-24 and not 27-24. So anybody that wants to kill on Jordan Love, he was 24 of 46, 323, 4 touchdowns, no picks. He was only sacked once. The Bears didn't get a lot of pressure on him. They didn't run the ball that much because they didn't have to. Jacobs 19 for 55, and as a team, the Packers ran for 99 yards. 99 yards. So, but they had 422 yards of total offense. It's the missed kicks. The missed kicks is what killed the Packers. You'll look back on, you need a new kicker. That's what you're going to look back on. You need a new kicker because that is what cost you the game. Kudos to Caleb Williams. I mean, listen, he's all over the place sometimes. He misses the layups. He makes bad throws. He throws picks even. He threw 2 today, but it's 50%. Only a 71 quarterback rating and 50% completion. He was 24 of 48, but you get the big plays. 361 yards, 2 touchdowns. And listen, they ran it well. Well, them too. They only ran the ball for 100 yards. Actually, not even. Not even. What did we have for running numbers here for the Chicago Bears? Swift, 13 for 54 and a touchdown. Monangai, 8 for 27. But Monangai, if I remember correctly, he had a big catch on a drive, big 22-yard reception on one of their touchdown drives in the fourth quarter. Yeah, they had a -4 yards by Burden on an end around. So they ran the ball for 92 yards, did the Bears, and they threw it for 361. Colston Loveland, just a total stud rook, 8 for 137. DJ Moore, 6 for 64, and the game-winning touchdown with they scored the game-winning touchdown with 1.5 minutes to play. Dunzai also 2 for 44, and he caught an amazing throw by Williams where he was rolling to his left, threw across his body, pressure in his face. Caleb does make some amazing throws. But on the comeback, Zacchaeus makes a touchdown catch across the middle, 8 yards to the post. That gets them within 27-22. Then, on a 2-point conversion to Loveland, Caleb Williams makes a beautiful back shoulder to the front pylon, and it's 27-24. Just like that. The Packers had a 27-16 lead after the 4th touchdown pass of the game. A wide receiver screen to Matthew Golden, the rookie from Texas. He broke numerous tackles, goes into the end zone on the right sideline, and it's about to be 28-16 with 6.5 minutes to go in the game, and then McManus misses the extra point. The Bears come right down the field. Zacharias scores that touchdown. Zacchaeus catches the touchdown pass with about 4 minutes and 21 seconds left in the game. Then they can get the 2-point conversion, and okay, so the Pack gets the ball back. They're up 3. They got 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to get a drive going and kill some time. They They did get one first down, but then they were stopped, and the Bears got the ball back with plenty of time, over 3 minutes, and all of their timeouts left. Ben Johnson properly manages his timeout. He's kind of like Dan Campbell. I mean, he went for it on 4th down like 4 times, only converting one. I mean, the one was big, but that being said, they have all their timeouts in the bank, and they're able to drive down the field. He hits Moore on the game-winning touchdown pass down, a nice rope down the left sideline from about 30-some-odd yards out, and there you go, 31-27. But credit to Jordan Love. He drives the Packers down. He gets the ball back with only a minute and a half. He drives them down, and they were in position. I mean, they had gotten inside the 30-yard line. They were at the 25-yard line, but then there was a penalty. They had a false start. So they're at the 26, now they're at the 31, and they have no timeouts left. And then one of their players got hurt and hit the ground and stopped the game, and they had no timeouts left. There was a 10-second runoff. So basically, they were at the 30-yard line, and there's 13 seconds left, and he's throwing the ball into the end zone. But they did have a first down at the 26-yard line with 38 seconds left, no timeouts. They had a shot. They had the 10-second runoff because they didn't have any more timeouts left when a player got hurt, and then they had the penalty, the false start, and listen, the ball falls incomplete on 3rd and 15, but there was no time left anyway. Time expires. The Bears defense holds on. An amazing comeback by Caleb Williams and the Bears offense. 31-27 is the final. But if I look at this, now I'm hearing that people think that Matt LaFleur should be fired because of his lack of playoff success. I mean, they're in the playoffs every freaking year. He's developed another quarterback. You cannot blame Jordan Love. Jordan Love played good in this game. I mean, you come out in the second half, your field goal kicker misses 2 field goals and an extra point. You would have had the game iced. So that is the hard luck story of the Green Bay Packers, and the Chicago Bears fans exult as they move on. 31-27. Okay, let's get to today's action. We'll see if I can do better because I was almost at 500. I've had a great year in college football, hitting at 60%, 38, 29, and 2. But after my 0-3 performance yesterday, I am 69, 74, and 1 in the NFL. All right. We're gonna go out on the limb here today because, I'm trying to get back to 500 here. I'd like to have a winning record. Since we went on the air in the Major League Baseball playoffs, we gave you 8 playoff picks in MLB. We went 6-2. We've gone 38, 29, and 2 in college. NFL, we started hot. Been a little bit of a struggle. But we're going to see what we can do about that before the Super Bowl ends. See if we can have a winning season. That is the goal. We hope you guys have had fun with it. We endorse FanDuel and DraftKings. We encourage you to always bet responsibly. Never bet more than you can afford to lose. Never chase your losses. That is responsible gambling. Please, if you will, like and subscribe to the North American Sports Report YouTube channel. We've been on the air since we went on the air the first week of college football, late August. We've been on the air in our debut year here at the North American Sports Report. Please follow us on Facebook. Please also follow my Billy DiNapoli page on Facebook. The shows also air live on Facebook. Billy DiNapoli and North American Sports Report, as well as the North American Sports Report YouTube channel. You can swipe the QR code on the bottom right there, and you can even donate to us with Venmo or Cash App. We appreciate it. Again, let's get to today's games. Some great, exciting games. Some exciting games in the NFL playoffs. There is really, and the college football playoffs have been great, other than that Indiana-Oregon debacle. Well, I guess all the Indiana games have been blowouts in the playoffs, but it's going to be interesting national championship in college football on the 19th of January. Everybody loves Indiana. The spread's opened up at 7.5, and everybody loves Indiana. Like the Miami Hurricanes shouldn't even show up. But I happen to think the game is going to be a close battle and it ain't going to be no blowout. We'll get to that during the week. Miami Hurricanes are going to be hosting, even though they won't officially be the home team, they will be hosting the Natty at Hard Rock in Miami Gardens in South Florida. All right, today's NFL, 1 o'clock. The Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen head to Jacksonville to play the AFC South champion Jaguars, who finished the year 13-4. The Bills were 12-5. Trevor Lawrence had maybe his best year as a professional. The Jags are favored by 1.5. 1.5 is the spread in Jacksonville. So, we're going to get to that in a second. 4:30 here in the Northeast. The weather is wet, but not cold. I'm in Connecticut, in Philly. It's pretty much the same thing today. The San Francisco 49ers are a 6-point underdog. The Eagles, -6, hosting the Niners today. That is a 4:30 kickoff. 8:15 tonight. In the game I'm probably looking forward to the most is young Drake May's first playoff start as the banged-up Los Angeles Chargers come to New England to play the Patriots. The Patriots are a 3.5-point choice here. And Monday night we'll have the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Texans are a 3-point favorite on the road at Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers, the AFC North champion Steelers. Could this be Rodgers' last game if the Steelers do indeed lose? So, I'm taking the Jags today, -1.5. I know Josh Allen is the best quarterback remaining in the playoffs. There's no Mahomes this year. There's no Burrow. There's no Lamar Jackson. You got Matthew Stafford in the NFC, and you got Josh Allen. I'll tell you what, and no offense to Jalen Hurts, who's a Super Bowl champion, and Brock Purdy, but those are the best guys. But I'm sorry, I haven't seen the big playability on the outside from the Bills this year. I'm not a believer in their defense at all. Everybody just thinks that they're just going to turn it all on. I mean, they were 12-5. They didn't win their division. Everybody thinks they're going to turn it on and just flip the switch. I think this is going to be a close game, 27-24, 34-31, 30-27, but I do think the Jags will eke out a win at home. I'm taking the Jags -1.5. I like the Philadelphia Eagles over the Niners. The Niners are just too banged up on defense. I'm going to leave it at that. And the Eagles are completely healthy on defense. And I think that there'll be some points scored, but I kind of like the Eagles 27-20 today. I'm taking the Eagles -6. The Eagles are healthy, they're rested, and I expect, even though weather shouldn't be much of a factor, there is a chance for some rain, but it's not going to be a northern team freezing their nuts off. And honestly, if you've ever been to the Bay Area, it's not that. Calling the Niners a warm weather team is a stretch. Anyway, tonight, the New England Patriots and the Chargers. I know a lot of people like the Chargers in this game. I like the Patriots. I think they're going to find a way to get it done. People like the Chargers because they don't think that the Patriots have played a very tough strength of schedule. The only really solid, tough victory they have on their resume is the one time they defeated the Bills. The second time they played the Bills, they looked like they were going to run them again, but they blew a 21-0 and 24-7 lead and ended up losing the game outright. Their only other win, are the Buccaneers okay? They were 8-9. Other than that, this is going to be the stiffest opposition and probably the best defense. This is definitely going to be the best defense that the Patriots have seen all year. But I don't know if the Chargers are healthy enough on offense. They're still missing 2 offensive tackles. Herbert is banged up, as you know. But listen, they're a well-coached team with Jim Harbaugh, and they're gonna be. This game's gonna be tight. I like Patriots 24, LA 20. That's what I like. And obviously, look, I'm gonna call quite a few shots here today as I'm trying to chase my mark. But remember now, I'm not chasing with money. I'm not chasing my losses with money. It's like on our segment contest. So I want to finish over 500 in our pick segment for the year for you fans. When I place my own bets on DraftKings and FanDuel, I pick 2 or 3 that I really like and I drop like 50 bucks. That's it. That's how you have fun with gambling. Okay? And maybe 100 bucks once in a while. But nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. I don't make Chris Mad Dog Russo money. Anyway. Jags, Eagles, Patriots are our 3 straight picks, but we're not done. We're not done. We're not done. We are going to tease the Eagles. We are going to tease the Eagles, and we are going to tease the Chargers. Eagles, Chargers. Hear the Raider theme? Fernando Mendoza will be your next quarterback, Raider fans. Get ready for it. Even though I hope he gets his face smashed in the national championship. I just want the Miami Hurricanes to wipe that little good boy smile. I want to thank God and praise to our Lord Jesus Savior and Coach Signetti and my mom and dad. I just want his face smashed in. I'm sorry. I want his face smashed in. But he's great. Give it to him. All right, so we're teasing the Eagles down to even and the Chargers to plus 9.5. Again, I think that game is going to be close. Eagles, Chargers teaser. I am also going to tease the Buffalo Bills. Oh man, I love this music. Slow motion with the smoke coming out of their mouth. I am teasing the Buffalo Bills to 7.5, and I'm going to tease. I'm teasing the Houston Texans to plus 3. Actually, you know what? Hold off on that. I love Philly today, I do, but I'm not making the same mistake that I made with the Rams, where I have 3 bets riding on 1. It's bad enough I got 2. The Niners keep this sucker close. Maybe. 6 is a lot. You know what? We're going to go Bills Niners in a teaser. That gives me some, that gives the Bills plus 7.5. And the Niners plus 12. Because we do like the Jags in a close one, so Bills plus 7.5 could be good. We're middling a little here. So we're taking the Niners plus 12, Bills plus 7.5 in a teaser. We're taking the Pats straight, the Jags straight, the Eagles straight. So we're betting all the games straight. And we're also taking the Eagles and Chargers in a teaser. That is what we're doing. Those are our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picks in the NFL. Jaguars minus 1.5, Eagles minus 6, Patriots minus 3.5. Bills and Niners in a teaser, which makes them 7.5 and 12. And Eagles and Chargers in a teaser, which makes the Chargers plus 9.5 and the Eagles even. That's our 5 picks in the NFL today. We'll see how we do. Hopefully better than our 0-3 yesterday. We had a couple of hot weeks down the stretch. We went from 9 games under the mark right back to 2 games over the mark. At one part in the season, we were actually 7 games over the mark. So we've gone like a roller coaster in the NFL with our pick segment this year. We've been great in college. We were good in the MLB playoffs. The NFL, we have not mastered and finished the challenge. All right, You guys have a great Sunday, fun day, watching NFL football, NFL playoff football. I've given you my 5 picks for the day. Jags, Patriots, Eagles, Chargers teaser, Bills, Niners teaser. Those are our 5 plays. You guys have a great Sunday. We'll be back to preempt the Houston Texans Pittsburgh Steelers playoff game tomorrow. We will preempt that game. We'll be on to recap these games and go over the Texans Steelers game Monday night, 8:15 kickoff for that. That's what we got for you. You guys have a great Sunday. Enjoy the games.